We'll do tibiofibular joints and also ankle joint today. Okay. So, what are the connections we have? How many connections do we have between tibia and fibula? Do we have two or three joints? Three, isn't it? So we have like between the upper end of the tibia and the upper end of the fibula. Superiorly, we have superior tibiofibular joint. Inferiorly, we have inferior tibiofibular joint, and in the middle, we have middle tibiofibular joint, which is connected at interosseous membrane. Okay. So tibia and fibula articulate at their proximal ends and also at distal ends. Okay. Proximal movement at the proximal tibiofibular joint is not possible without it. That means both of them are moving together. Okay. And now let us discuss first proximal superior tibiofibular joint. So the type of joint it is a plain synovial joint which is formed between the head of the fibula and lateral condyle of the tibia. We know tibia is medial bone, fibula is lateral bone. So this is actually the right leg what we are seeing. So this is the medial end of the bone, this is the lateral end of the tibia. Okay, so that's how lateral condyle of the tibia. At its upper end, it is articulating with the head of the fibula to form superior tibiofibular joint, also called as proximal tibiofibular joint. Now, the articular surfaces here are, see, the upper end of the head and also the articular surface of the fibula over the tibia, they are flat, okay, oval to circular. Okay, it articulates with the similar, that means both the facets are flat only, okay, and they articulate with each other. So articulates with similar facet located posterolaterally on the inferior aspect of the lateral condyle of the tibia. So these are the articular surfaces. The one articular surface is found at the head of the fibula, which is on medial side of the fibula. The other articular facet is found on the lateral condyle of the tibia, which is on the lateral aspect. So both are oval. Okay. Then I told you both the movements like superior and inferior tibiofibular joints, they usually move together. Okay. So slight movements occurs at the superior tibiofibular joint during dorsiflexion of the foot. What is dorsiflexion? I said suppose this is the dorsum of the foot. If it is flexed in this direction, you call it as dorsiflexion. Okay. I'll show you the pictures also. So dorsiflexion of the foot presses the lateral malleolus laterally. This is the lateral malleolus. Okay, and it causes the movement of the body and head of the fibula, because of which there may be slight movement at the superior tibiofibular joint. Okay. Then some movement of the joint also occurs during plantar flexion. Okay. Plantar flexion is opposite. When the sole is flexing, you call it as plantar flexion. Okay. Okay, beta. So let's continue. Now see here, like any other joint, always any joint will have an outermost covering. So that outermost covering is joint capsule. So the joint capsule, what are the bones which are involved? Tibia and fibula. So like you see, the fibrous capsule is surrounding the joint and it is attached to the margins of the articular facets of the tibia and also fibula. So like any other joint, this joint also will have the ligaments. So what are those ligaments? In front you call it as anterior ligament and behind you call it as posterior ligament of the head of the fibula. Okay. So this is running superomedially from fibula to tibia, as you can see here. This is anterior one, this is posterior one, moving from fibula to tibia. That means the direction of fibers are upwards, forwards and medially. Okay. That is. Now, posteriorly, if you remember from yesterday's class, I told you the fibrous capsule which is covering the knee joint is incomplete because it gives passage to the tendon of popliteus. Okay, that's how even this tendon of popliteus, where is the popliteus getting inserted? Above the soleal line.
Soleal.
Above soleal line, posterior aspect of the tibia. So you will see the tendon of popliteus is, that's how it is coming towards the from the fibula to the tibia. That's the reason. Do you remember I told you the popliteus comes from the lateral condyle of the femur, isn't it?
Mm.
Intercapsular. So that's how the tendon of this popliteus is intimately related the posterior superior aspect of the superior tibiofibular joint. Like any other joint, here also inside the fibrous capsule, you will see synovial membrane. Okay, in order to give some lubrication, you will see at the popliteus muscle there will be a bursa. Okay, outpouching of the synovial membrane under the tendon of popliteus muscle. You call it as popliteal bursa. Okay, under the tendon of popliteus, we have popliteal bursa, popliteus bursa. Okay, now blood supply. See, whenever you have a heading like blood supply, nearby whatever blood vessels are there, you are supposed to write those things. Like, see here we have anastomosis around knee joint is very closely related to superior tibiofibular joint. So that's how you will see inferior lateral genicular and anterior tibial recurrent arteries. These are the blood vessels which are supplying superior tibiofibular joint. Okay, so which nerve is seen at the neck of the fibula? Neck of the fibula, which nerve do we see? Common
Fibula,
peroneal,
common fibula.
common peroneal nerve. I told you that's the reason whenever the neck of the fibula is fractured, the person may have foot drop. Isn't it? Extensors will not be working. Okay, so that's how, see, it's very closely related to this area. That's why it is supplied by common peroneal nerve and also nerve to popliteus muscle. Nerve to popliteus muscle is a branch of which nerve? Emma? Emma? Nerve to popliteus is a branch of, should I give multiple choice? Femoral,
Femoral.
tibial,
Femoral.
obturator, and common peroneal. What's your answer? Femoral? Somebody said femoral. Ritika, was it you?
Femoral, ma'am.
Ah,
Yes, ma'am.
no, but it is tibial beta because it is one of the muscle of posterior compartment of leg, right? Femoral supplies only front of the thigh. Please remember.
Okay.
Medial compartment of the thigh, obturator nerve. Posterior compartment of the thigh, sciatic nerve. Front of the leg, we have deep peroneal nerve. Lateral compartment of the leg, we have superficial peroneal nerve. Posterior compartment of the leg, we have tibial nerve beta. Okay, very simple. Just pay attention and it will be easy for you. Okay. Okay, but if you keep answering, then only you will learn from your mistakes. So never hesitate to answer whether it is right or wrong. I always appreciate. Good, Ritika. Okay, now see here we have between the tibia and fibula, we have interosseous membrane. So we have just finished superior tibiofibular joint. Now we are moving to middle tibiofibular joint, which is nothing but interosseous membrane. So it is connecting. Now see, interosseous tibia is medial bone, isn't it? And fibula is lateral bone. So this border of tibia is interosseous border. So is it lateral border or medial border of tibia? Interosseous.
Lateral.
Very good. Fibula's interosseous border, is it medial border of fibula or lateral border of fibula?
Medial.
Medial. Very good. So the lateral border of tibia and medial border of fibula are the interosseous borders in between which we have interosseous membrane. So like interosseous borders, it separates the muscles of the front and back. We know. In the front we have extensors, behind we have flexors, isn't it? So now see the oblique fibers are there which are like most of the parts they are running downwards and laterally. Okay, now see here, but however in the upper part you can see the direction of arrow. It is upwards, like the direction is medially also. If the arrow is shown in this direction, it is medial. So see here, oblique fibers which for the most part, that is the lower part, they run downwards laterally, but however few fibers they are of course downwards, but they are also moving in medial direction. Okay. Yeah. Now if you observe here in the interosseous membrane, can you see the openings? So the upper part, a large oval opening is seen. So can you tell me the terminal branches of popliteal artery? Terminal branches of popliteal artery. Imad?
Posterior, anterior and posterior tibial.
So anterior tibial artery should come in front of this membrane. Posterior tibial artery runs behind the membrane. That's the reason you will see this oval opening is for the passage of anterior tibial artery, which comes in front to supply the front of the leg. Okay. Then you are also finding one more like small opening through which you will see perforating branch of peroneal artery pierces. Okay, actually it comes here. Okay, it comes here in the lower part and continues below with the interosseous ligament. So posterior, peroneal artery or fibular artery is a branch of which artery?
Popliteal.
Raj is not
क्या
studying. Not studying. It shows.
हाँ
कितने बार repeat करी बेटा मैं? How many times I have repeated?
What did you ask, ma'am?
Posterior tibial artery is a branch of which artery? Posterior.
posterior
Fibular artery is a branch of which artery? Sorry. Peroneal artery or fibular artery is a branch of which artery? Peroneal artery is a branch of which artery? Emma?
हाँ
Tibial.
posterior
Which tibial?
posterior tibial ना
Posterior tibial
posterior
artery. Posterior
Okay.
tibial artery. Yeah, posterior tibial artery is
मैम
branch.
मैं fibular
please
artery बोल
repeat
के मेरे को
this,
याद
ma'am.
आया
See, popliteal artery, when I have discussed, I have shown you, divide into two terminal branches, no? Isn't it? It divides into, see, this is the popliteal artery, it divides into posterior tibial artery and anterior tibial artery, isn't it? Anterior tibial artery moves in front of the leg through the opening in the interosseous membrane, that oval opening. It goes in front of the leg. Posterior tibial artery supplies behind the posterior compartment of the leg. Posterior tibial artery's branch you have is fibular artery, also called as peroneal artery. So
fibular
many
बोल
times.
के याद है ना
हाँ, fibular किसकी branch है पूछ रही थी मैं आपको.
बोले ना मैम posterior
हाँ, I could not hear. I'm really sorry if you have answered. Okay. So posterior tibial artery's branch only is peroneal artery.
Class.
I remember you
Okay.
telling Hansraj popliteal artery, beta.
చెప్పా stoichiometry.
बाद में बोल रहे थे मैम कोई नहीं
నేను నా తలుపేసేయమ్మా నేను నా క్లాస్ జరుగుతుంటే ఎందుకు వెళ్ళాలంటే
Hema, can you please mute yourself? So now see here, continuous below with the interosseous ligament, you will see this peroneal artery branch. That is the perforating branch will actually come here to come in front and supply the front of the leg. That is the last point what is written here. Okay. Then, now relations. What are the structures you find in front of the leg? All muscles of the front of the leg. Do you remember I gave you one code once like the hospitals are never dirty places? To just make you remember the structures passing through the extensor retinacular, superior and inferior extensor retinacular. The same structures you can write here. Okay, the tibialis anterior. H is for extensor hallucis longus. Then R is anterior tibial artery. N is the tibial nerve. Okay, then retic basis. Peroneus tertius tendon also, isn't it? So that is all those structures you see in front of the leg. That's the reason that in front of interosseous membrane, you will find this. Okay. So behind, I also gave you one code like Tom, Dick, Harry, if you remember. Deep posterior compartment of leg. What are the muscles we see? From superficial to deep. Leg behind.
Tibialis posterior.
Come from superficial to deep. Imad. You are right.
gastrocnemius soleus
Very good. Very good. Hansa.
Gastrocnemius
flexor
soleus.
distal longus flexor distal longus flexor
Flexor hallucis longus.
longus tibialis posterior
Very good. Okay. So gastrocnemius, medial and lateral head, soleus, plantaris, deeper to which you will have, as you said, tibialis posterior, flexor, hallucis longus, and digitorum longus. Okay. So that finishes the intermediate joint between the tibia and fibula. Now we are moving to the lower part. Okay, that is the inferior tibiofibular joint. Okay, so inferior, what is this projection of the lower end of the tibia called as? Medial.
tubercle. Oh, sorry. Medial malleolus.
Medial
Sorry.
malleolus. What is the lower projection of the fibula called as?
Lateral malleolus.
Lateral malleolus. What is this big bone This is the posterior view, right? What is the big,
Calcaneus.
very good, Hamsraj, calcaneus. What is this tendon which is cut here?
Calcaneus.
Achilles tendon.
Endocalcaneus.
Excellent. Calcaneus or Achilles tendon, which is formed by the unira gastrocnemius and soleus. Very good. What is the bone you are finding here? Can you name it? On the inferior aspect of the tibia.
Ca- calcaneum.
This was calcaneum.
Talus.
Hamsraj
Talus.
already.
Okay.
Ah,
Talus.
this is talus. This is completely talus. This is calcaneum. Okay. So that means the ankle joint is formed between the inferior aspect of the tibia and the superior aspect of the talus bone. Okay. On medial side, you will have the articulation with medial malleolus, triangular articular facet, comma-shaped articular facet. I told you when I was discussing talus. Okay, which are actually articulating with the medial and lateral malleoli, and of course we will have ligaments connecting them. We will describe in detail. Now, the tibiofibular joint. So it's a fibrous joint, syndesmosis. Okay, so located between the inferior ends of the tibia and fibula. So the articular surfaces, what are you finding here? Rough, convex, triangular articular area on the medial surface of the lower end of the fibula. Okay, this will be that part. Okay, articulates with the facet at the inferior end of the tibia. So this connection, whatever we are finding, is the inferior tibiofibular joint. Okay, this one. So, triangular articular facet on the medial surface of the inferior end of the fibula, with the facet on the inferior end of the fibula. And of course, you will have ligaments connecting anteriorly and posteriorly. If you are finding it from posterior aspect, you call it as posterior tibiofibular. Anteriorly, anterior tibiofibular. Okay, that is. So this is between, this is the fibula, lateral malleolus, this is the tibia, and of course this is medial malleolus, and the connection is like this. Okay, medial side of the fibula and lateral side of the tibia. Okay, anterior tibiofibular ligament in front and posterior tibiofibular ligament behind. Okay, and of course the interosseous membrane also continues here to give few fibers connecting the lower end of tibia and fibula. Okay, that is very simple. So stability of this distal tibiofibular joint, it forms a strong union between this lower end of tibia and fibula. Okay, and moreover, the ligaments of the connecting tibia, fibula, and talus also come into picture here, which will further strengthen this joint, inferior tibiofibular joint, which is also called as distal tibiofibular joint. Okay, so generally this joint is mobile whenever the foot is under dorsiflexion, dorsum and flexion, dorsiflexion of the foot at the ankle joint. Okay, coming to the blood supply. So what are the blood vessels we see in the lower end of the tibia and fibula? We will see perforating branch of peroneal artery, then medial malleolar branches of anterior and posterior tibial arteries. Just if you don't remember anything, just write the names of the blood vessels in vicinity nearby. Obviously, we will have anterior tibial artery, posterior tibial artery. From the posterior tibial artery, we have peroneal artery. Isn't it? So that's how it supplies. Then nerve supply, nearby nerves. So we have deep peroneal, tibial, and saphenous nerves. Okay, that is. So now after this, we are moving to ankle joint. See, any of the tibiofibular joint may come as finance question, but ankle joint is usually more probable than the tibiofibular joints. Okay. Now let us see ankle joint. See, it is also a uniaxial modified type of hinge joint. What is the other hinge joint we have seen? Elbow joint was hinge joint, knee joint was hinge joint, isn't it? Similarly, your ankle joint also. Now see here, though the diagram looks little complicated, you will see the proximal articular surfaces are this blue in color. So you are finding inferior articular surface. What is this bone we have? Lower end of tibia. And what is this projection called as? Medial malleolus. And what is this projection called as? Lateral malleolus. So that means the inferior aspect of the tibia, medial malleolus, and the lateral malleolus of the fibula are the proximal articular surfaces. That means the articular surfaces above. They are articulating with which bone? What is the name of this bone? We have
Talus.
talus. Talus. What is the name of this bone behind big one?
Calcaneus.
Calcaneus. Very good. You are
Calcaneum.
seeing very good. One below the other, two bones we are seeing. One is talus and the other is calcaneum. Okay. Now, so the articular surfaces of both bones, they form a connection which is called as tibiofibular mortis. Tibiofibular mortis. Then now the proximal articular surfaces. So what are the inferior transverse tibiofibular ligament? Can you see this ligament here? Tibiofibular, that means running between the tibia and fibula. This is inferior tibiofibular ligament, which is actually deepening this like joint little. It deepens it posteriorly. Now, if you see, now the bones are very much clear here. In fact, this is the posterior aspect of the joint. You are seeing the lower end of the tibia, or the inferior aspect of the tibia, medial malleolus, then lateral malleolus, then talus bone is very clearly seen. Okay, superior surface of the talus is completely like if you observe, it is like very much smooth because it is covered with hyaline cartilage. That means it is taking part in the formation of the ankle joint. Okay. Now this ligament is passing from the lower margin of the tibia to the malleolar fossa. This is the malleolar fossa of the fibula. This particular ligament. What is the name of this? What is the name of this ligament? We have inferior
Inferior
transverse
transverse tibiofibular ligament.
ligament. We have just started ankle joint, Ritika, if I'm finding your sound or something. Okay. So just remember, so much confusion is like you need not go through each and every point, but what I told you, three structures you should remember. One is medial malleolus, the other is inferior aspect of the tibia, lower end, and the lateral malleolus. We know the tip of the lateral malleolus lies 2 centimeters below that of the medial malleolus. This point we have discussed when we were doing osteology also. Are they in the same plane, or lateral malleolus is little 2 centimeters below, right? Isn't it? So that is epiphyseal cartilages we need not remember. You see, this is, which bone is this? Talus. Okay, whatever bone we were seeing, no? Like this. What was the name of this bone? Talus. That means in
Talus.
aspect of the tibia is articulating with the superior surface of talus. Listen. Just now I was telling you, this is the like superior surface of the talus is completely like very smooth because it is covered with very good hyaline. That means this trochlear surface is intended to articulate with which bone?
Okay. Acha, this thing, tibia.
Tibia. Which surface of tibia?
Inferior.
Excellent, very good. Inferior surface of the tibia is articulating. That means it is resting over this bone. Okay. And now we are finding this we have discussed in osteology also. This is, can you see there is a comma-shaped articular facet again covered with hyaline cartilage. Again there is a triangular articular facet here. That means one is there for medial malleolus. The other is there for lateral malleolus. Okay, and if you like, talus is the only bone in our body where we have only tendons passing through. There are no muscles attached. Okay, we will have only tendons passing through there. We have ligaments, tendons, but there is no muscle origin or insertion over here. Please remember this. Okay, it has only muscles and ligaments and tendons attachments. No muscle attachments are seen on the talus because it exclusively takes part in the formation of ankle joint. Got it? Okay. Like the parts which are important and which are like related to the ankle joint, I already told you. You have to talk about this trochlear surface or the superior articular surface of the talus bone. The medial comma-shaped facet is for medial malleolus. Lateral triangular facet is for lateral malleolus of fibula. Okay, that's how these two bones come and fix. Okay, so this is triangular articular facet. This is comma shaped facet. This projection is medial malleolus. This projection is quite big, isn't it? That's why it is receiving a big input. Triangular articular facet. Okay, what is? Is it clear? Now let us read what is given here. See, the superior trochlear surface is this. With the body of the talus, it is wider anteriorly, convex from, it is like this. Before, backwards, concave from side to side. So it has medial comma-shaped facet for tibial malleolus, lateral triangular facet for fibular malleolus. Okay, these three articular areas, they form 1, 2, 3 together. This trochlear surface, comma-shaped facet and triangular facet. We call it as trochlea tali. Okay, trochlea tali. Okay. Then already I have shown you like articular surfaces when we were doing osteology also. Inferior aspect of the tibia, it is covered with hyaline cartilage. Superior surface of talus is also covered with hyaline cartilage. And of course, these because it's a joint, right? So the margins of these bones will be covered with the fibrous capsule. Interior of the fibrous capsule will be having the synovial membrane. Obviously, it will be filled with the synovial fluid, and wherever empty space is there, we will find fatty pads so as to give lubrication. So synovial fold, which may contain fat, is filling the interval between tibia, fibula, and inferior transverse tibiofibular ligament, which I have shown you just in the first slide of ankle joint, isn't it? So there you will see lot of fat is there. Now coming to the various ligaments of ankle joint, see outermost covering is capsular ligament, inside lining is synovial membrane, medially we have deltoid ligament. Sometimes deltoid ligament itself can come as 3 marks question, very important. Deltoid ligament, laterally we have anterior and posterior talofibular and calcaneofibular ligament. Okay, so as the name suggests, what does it mean? Always, if you try to remember the names of ligaments, you can write in your own notes. Anterior and posterior talofibular in the sense between the talus and fibula. From anterior aspect, one ligament, posterior aspect, one ligament. We will see anyway. Between the calcaneum and fibula bones also, you will see ligament connection. We call it as calcaneofibular ligament. So this is the list of ligaments what we have associated with ankle joint. Now this is again talus bone, what you can see, head and neck. Okay, this is all the articular surface for the purpose of ankle joint. Okay, now see capsule is basically attached to the margins of the bones which are taking part in the formation of joint. Any joint is like that only. So thin, the capsule will be thin in front and behind and thickened on both the sides. Why is it thickened on both the sides? Medially and laterally only it is receiving the, it has thickenings of ligaments. Medially you have deltoid ligament, laterally we have many ligaments. That's the reason anteriorly and posteriorly capsule is thin, whereas medially and laterally you will see it is quite thick because of the attachment of ligaments. Okay, then the attachment of this attachments of the capsule are superiorly it is attached to tibia fibula, okay, close to the periphery of articular surfaces. That means here, like this, margins of the articular surfaces. Okay, that is superior attachment. Below peripheral margin of this trochlea tali. We know trochlea tali is nothing but the trochlear surface, comma shaped articular facet, and the triangular articular facet, isn't it? So, like that. Again, if you go back to this picture, these blue lines are nothing but indicating the fibrous capsule. Okay, the margins of the medial malleolus, lateral malleolus, and inferior aspect of tibia, and the trochlear tali of the talus bone. Okay, those are the attachments of fibrous capsule. It is thin anteriorly, posteriorly, but thick laterally and medially because deltoid and the lateral ligaments are seen on the medial and lateral side. Of course, we know synovial membrane lines the capsule. Okay, and then so this many points are repeated, not so important. See, deltoid ligament. This is the medial aspect. First, try to understand. Now, what is this bone you are finding here? Medial malleolus.
Talus. Okay, medial malleolus.
Let's be very much clear. Medial malleolus. Talus will be this mark. This, it is not seen because it is all covered with ligaments. What is the name of this bone?
Calcanea.
Calcaneum. Very good. So one below the other. Three bones you can see. Medial malleolus, isn't it? Then talus, then calcaneum.
Talus. Calcaneum.
Very good. So this bone is boat-shaped bone on medial side, that is navicular. As you move on, you will find medial cuneiform, isn't it? Then you will have medial first metatarsal bone, isn't it? You count from the great toe. Just I'm giving you the orientation of the bones, what we are seeing here. You see a deltoid ligament. This is the strong triangular ligament. It has superficial parts and deep parts. Okay. Now let us see further details. See this is. Now it is very clear, no? Now you can name. Previously you were confused this as talus. Now you can easily tell it is medial malleolus of tibia. The bone which is not so much visible is
Talus.
talus. Bluish area is nothing but the articular areas of the talus bone. Okay, trocleum talae which is found. Then this is our calcaneum. Okay, now let us see. What is this boat-shaped bone you are finding?
Navicular.
Navicular, very good. This is a medial cuneiform. Oh, yeah, of course, we don't require so many. But for now, we require these attachments, very important. You see the superficial part of the deltoid ligament, from where it is coming, but if you just consider it as a triangle, apex, where is the apex?
Medial.
Very good. Medial malleolus. See, apex or tip. It is coming from the tibial malleolus, or as Hema told us, it is medial malleolus. Now below. Now below you see it has these are anterior fibers, we have intermediate fibers and posterior fibers. So anterior fibers, you can see they are going to tibia, from the tibia to the navicular. Okay, you call it as tibio-navicular part. Okay, so they are moving towards dorsally, okay, and superiorly over the tuberosity of navicular bone. Okay, that is next. That is anterior. Then intermediate, tibiocalcaneum. That means what is the name of this bone you are finding here? What is the name of this bone?
Calcaneus.
Calcaneus. So these are the intermediate fibers. You can see this is tibiocalcaneum in the middle. Tibiocalcaneum, medial surface of this particular part of the calcaneum bone is sustentaculum talae. From the medial malleolus to the sustentaculum talae of calcaneus, you have intermediate fibers of deltoid ligament. Okay, then we have posterior fibers. Okay, posterior fibers are going from the tibia to the talus. Small vessel. Okay, that is behind. This was in front and this is behind. And both are dorsally, that means above. Okay, to be more specific, which part of the talus? Medial tubercle of the talus. This itself is a 3 marks question. Very, very important. Deltoid ligament. Is it seen on medial side of ankle joint or lateral side of ankle joint? Medial side.
Medial.
Medial malleolus. Okay. How many parts did I say? Deltoid has a superficial part and deep part, isn't it? We have just discussed superficial part. Now let us discuss deep part. Okay, we call it as anterior tibio-talar. Tibio-talar in the sense from the tibia to the talus bone. Okay. So of course, so many features we are unable to see. Only superficial part is clear from this picture, isn't it? No. So these attachments of the deep part above depression close to the tip of the like tibial or medial malleolus. That means if you cut these intermediate fibers, you will be able to see better because these are deep parts. Below it is going up to the talus. We have that comma-shaped facet loop that is also not seen because it is overlapped here with the intermediate fibers of the superficial part. of the deltoid ligament. Okay, so below. It is also going, these fibers, the deep part fibers, they are going to the tibialis posterior, flexor digitorum longus. They are actually crossing this deep part of the ligament. That means these tendons, they actually pass from here.